I'm here with the legendary Jimmy Jam. I mean, you are the soundtrack of our lives.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
How does it, what's it like being a legend? You seem so humble.
The best part of being a legend is the living part. I'm a living legend.
That facts.
As my partner Terry likes to say, upright and breathing, better than the other way. So we'll take that.
Right. And you don't look like you've been around since the 80s, but you've been making music since the 80s. Your Grammys would fill the entire room. There probably isn't one highlight, but if you can think about the thing that really took your breath away in your career, what was it?
Well, probably in the studio, had to be working with Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Working with Janet and Michael on Scream. But Michael, when he went in the studio, he was so cool and calm until the music started. And then he turned into, Michael Jackson, like the Michael Jackson you know. And Terry and I were like screaming, like we forgot we were producing. We just turned into fans. So it would probably be that.
Yeah, I can imagine fanning out on MJ. Absolutely, absolutely. Do you have any funny stories on Janet or anybody that you've worked with you could share?
Funny stories. I don't know. Well, the one that comes to mind, there's probably a ton of funny stories. The one that comes to mind was when Janet first came to Minneapolis to work with us. I remember it had just snowed. And first thing she did is she laid on the ground and started making a snow angel in the ground. And we were like, no, you're going to catch a cold. You're going to catch a cold. And sure enough, she did catch a cold.
Oh, no.
And so when you listen to the song, like some of the songs over the years, like Nasty or If, where she sings in a really low register, I would always say to her, sing like you got a cold, because that's the way she sounds. And those songs turned out to be some of the funkiest hits that she had.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, last two questions, because there's a lot of people here. But you've been with your partner, Terry, for like 44 years.
No, over 50 years.
Over 50? Well, you don't look, come on. What is the secret? You look so young. Like, what's up? Tell me.
So what I tell people is growing up in Minneapolis, you're frozen half the year. So I look like I'm in my 30s, even though I'm in my 60s. But that's just on the outside. On the inside, trust me, I'm every bit of AARP senior citizen discounts.
No, I can't believe it.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
But what's the secret to that longevity? So many groups and duos, they beef. They're not able to sustain a relationship like that. 50 years.
Yeah.
What is the secret to that?
The secret, I don't know whether it's a secret, but I would say that it starts with respect. We respect each other. And also, we each get to live our own lives individually, if that makes sense. There's things that Terry loves, there's things that I love, but I love things for Terry, and he loves things for me.
Aww.
And when we first got together, we shook hands and we just said 50-50, and that eliminates pretty much any disagreement that you're going to have. And I also make the distinction between disagreement and argument, because arguing is something you're trying to win. A disagreement is something you're trying to solve.
Whoa, wisdom, fam.
That's how we do.
Okay, last two questions. You recently reunited with your father.
Yes.
After 40 years.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Almost more than that, almost 50 years. Because literally the summer I met Terry was pretty much when my father and I were estranged.
Wow.
So it's been pretty much that same amount of time.
So what brought you back together?
I realized, somebody told me, my dad left when I was probably 14 years old. He just left one day, never came back. But he wanted to pursue music, and he wasn't able to do that because he had a kid, and he needed to work a regular job. I dropped out of high school, and I thought my mom was going to hit the ceiling, and she said, as long as I see you working towards your dream. Well, what I realized after my kids were grown, somebody said to me, do you think your mom let you do that because she didn't allow your dad to pursue his dream? And then I realized that he sacrificed his career so that I could have mine.
Wow.
And so I needed to rectify everything with him and let him know that I appreciated everything. And the lessons he taught me are the lessons that I teach my kids.
Wow.
So I just wanted to lift that burden on him.
That must have been a beautiful moment when you first reconnected.
It was a great moment, and one of my sons was with me, Max, and it was funny because he started saying the same stories that I would tell Max. He started saying the exact same story, and I was able to say, see, now you know where I get it from. So it was wonderful.
So your next chapter in life, what would you call it, and what is it going to be?
I would say we're in the storytelling part of our life. We're in the fourth quarter, right? And the fourth quarter is where, you want to win the game. That's the cliche. For us, winning the game is leaving music in a better place than we found it. Whether that's making music, whether it's creating technology to go with music, whether it's telling the stories of the people that we got a chance to work with or got a chance to get to know. And so we're doing a lot of those things. We're working on some documentary work. We're doing just a whole lot. We're doing all the things that we haven't had a chance to do yet. That's what we're looking forward to.
And last question. You mentioned that there's certain things that you love. What are they?
Starting with my wife. Starting.
Yes, yeah, I love that.
Terry Lewis, my partner.
Aww.
And I love music. I'm like Gamble and Huff. I love music, like the OJ said. That's what I love. That's who I am.
Oh, well, thank you so much for chopping it up with us, and congratulations on such a stellar career and enriching our lives so amazingly. Like I said, you are the soundtrack of our lives, and we love you and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, Kenny is my brother, like my brother-in-law.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.